Right, I'm just sharing a recipe for a George Foreman grill. Ours is a little bit done in, but still very good. Anyway, basically, I've cut a bread roll here. This is our version of a panini. Now the butter is quite cold in Sheffield this time of year, so the butter was hard to spread. But it shouldn't matter too much once it's in the George Foreman. It should distribute a little bit. So what I've tried to do is leave a hinge in the bread, so I haven't cut all the way through it. And basically, after we've placed the cheese on, I've cut. It doesn't matter as well if your cheese is slightly hard or slightly past its best, as long as you wash the mould off. This hasn't had mould on. Basically, fold it over. Now the important thing is to avoid you cleaning your George Foreman too much, just for a cheese toasted sandwich. If you put your hinge at the bottom of the George Foreman, at the bottom of the slope, that means that if any cheese melts out, it'll hardly escape at the bottom, you see, which is the place where it's more likely to. Put it on in advance, and then just press it down slightly. Put it near the end of the George Foreman grill, sort of thing. Press it down slightly, not too hard. Now, in anticipation, I've made a cup of tea. I'm going to leave that for 3 minutes, and the toasted bread itself probably about maybe about 4 minutes or something. So other things you can do on the George Foreman grill, you can do bacon, but it's best to put the little plastic tin underneath. Not that that's a plastic thing, but it's the something similar to that. That's the lid off the butter. And what I did the other day as well, which was quite good, I got a foil dish which with some pie in it or something like that, and I found that if you remove the top cardboard off it, because we haven't got an oven in the house at the moment, the George Foreman grill does nicely, because the heat underneath the tin foil heats the meat pie or whatever it is from underneath, and then the little bit of foil, the foil walls, they prevent the George Foreman grill from completely closing right down on it. In a similar way, you can put a wooden spoon on its side and prop your George Foreman up by, you put your wooden spoon in there. Just have a quick look at the sandwich, see how it's doing. Yeah, just see where those where the indentations are. If you put a wooden spoon on its side, I'll try and find a wooden spoon to demonstrate. And this is a way of doing a pizza. You put the wooden spoon to prop the lid open, and then the cheese doesn't melt onto the top surface, and again you've got a clean George Foreman. You obviously have to clean it if you cook meat with the fat running out and that kind of thing, but this is a good way of not having to clean it as often as a lot of people clean their cooking utensils, etc. Anyway, we'll have a look in a minute. My tea's nearly ready now, so that was a good timing for making it slightly in advance of the meal, and then you can sit down and have your tea at a nice temperature when you're ready for your sandwich, rather than making the tea afterwards. I always think that's good tactics. So we'll just have a look in a minute, see if it's getting near it. That's it. It's the cheese should be nicely melted inside. I'll maybe leave it another couple of minutes, but and basically it should easily, I'll just slightly demonstrate now, it should easily slide off. You know, it's moving a little bit, so that should easily slide off to another plate, and the George Foreman might need a slight wiping if the little bit of butter has escaped, maybe with a paper towel, but apart from that, it's very convenient. Anyway, so I'll try to do some more recipes soon. Perhaps a little bit more creative than this, but thanks for watching, and I hope this has been instructive. All the best, good cooking, bye.